recorded live in beautiful Colorado, USA. Broadcast around the world. You're listening to the Quarterly Review Podcast, produced by Three Angels Message Ministry. Your host is Tamara Rukdashel.
Welcome to our Quarterly Review Podcast, produced by Three Angels Message Ministry. I'm your host, Tamara Rukdashel. This quarter's titled Daniel. Today is Thursday, January 9th, 2020. Our lesson is titled Final Exam. Let's begin with a word of prayer. Precious Father and God of heaven, thank you for wisdom and every blessing starting from our birth so that we can see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and feel and appreciate the multidimensional, multifaceted complexities of your creation. Knowing that you designed it with us in mind and have a plan for each of our lives gives such courage and hope. Strengthen us as we spiritually mature so we can in some small way bring about the fulfillment of our commission to teach others about you, our Messiah, and your love for us all. Our goal is to herald your arrival and the end of the lies and suffering we have each endured since the fall. Send us as emissaries in Jesus, or in Hebrew, Yeshua's name. We praise you, love you, and thank you. Amen. Thursday, January 9th, Final Exam. I will read for you as a review Daniel chapter 1 verses 17 to 21 out of the CJB. To these 4 boys, God had given knowledge and skill in every aspect of learning and wisdom. Moreover, Daniel could understand all kinds of visions and dreams. When the time the king had set for them to be presented came, the chief officer presented them to Nebuchadnezzar. And when the king spoke with them, none was found among all of them to compare with Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So they entered the king's service, and in all matters requiring wisdom and understanding, whenever the king consulted them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and exorcists in his entire kingdom. So Daniel remained there until the first year of King Koresh. The question here is, what is the key to the success of these 4 men? We are told to see also Job, chapter 38, verse 36, which reads, and this is God speaking, "Who put wisdom in people's inner parts? Who gave understanding to the mind?" Next is Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 6, which reads, "For Adonai gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding." And finally, James chapter 1 verse 5. "Now, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives to all generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him." So, within Daniel chapter 1, 17 to 21, and also referencing these other 3 texts, God rewarded them for their steadfast loyalty and witness of his character. Job notes that wisdom and understanding are from God, and James reminds us that God gives wisdom to anyone who asks him for it. And it's a great place to start when we're facing any trial or tribulation or temptation, anything that we could possibly be struggling with. After 3 years of training in the Babylonian University, the 4 Hebrews are brought before the king for the final examination. They not only are healthier than the other students, but they surpass them in knowledge and wisdom. The 4 are immediately hired to serve the king. We shouldn't forget that this knowledge and wisdom no doubt comprises a lot of paganism, yet they learn it anyway, and obviously they learn it well too, even if they don't believe it. Nebuchadnezzar may think that such an accomplishment would have something to do with the palace diet and the training program of the 4 students have undergone. However, Daniel and his companions know, and the narrative clearly shows, that their superior performances owe nothing to the Babylonian system. Everything comes from God. What a powerful example of what God can do for those who trust him. We should not fear the overwhelming power of media, governments, and other institutions that may threaten to destroy our identity as God's children. As we place our confidence in God, we can be sure that he can sustain us in difficult moments and preserve us against all odds. The key is for us to make the right choices when confronted with challenges to our faith. Looking at Daniel 1, we learn some very important lessons about God. 1, God is in control of history. 2, God gives wisdom so that we can navigate the hostile environment of our culture and society. And 3, God honors those who trust in him through inner conviction and lifestyle. The chapter concludes by pointing out that Quote, Daniel continued until the first year of King Cyrus, end quote, Daniel chapter 1 verse 21, NKJV. The mention of Cyrus here is significant. It provides a glimpse of hope amid an experience of exile. Cyrus is one chosen by God to liberate his people and allow them to go back to Jerusalem. Though the chapter begins with the appearance of defeat and exile, it concludes with a glimpse of hope and a homecoming. This is our God. Even amid the most difficult moments of our lives, He always opens a window of hope so that we can see the glory and joy that lie beyond the suffering and pain. We hope you enjoyed our review of today's quarterly lesson. Please consider writing down and looking up the Bible text we cover in your own Bible and for yourself if you do not already receive a published copy of our quarterly adult Bible study guide. Please hit follow, like, or subscribe on the podcast page you are on so you can receive up-to-date podcasts and access to all of our services. We have made available a free PDF download of just the questions for each week, available within our Sunday blog posts. These are great additions to keeping a spiritual journal of what God has done in your life for your own spiritual edification, but as witness to encourage others as well. Writing down your answers to the questions allows them to sink in more deeply, inspire further thought, to inspire action, to ultimately inspire change in your life and the lives of those around you. If you are also looking for groups in your area that are studying with us, we can provide information to connect you. Just contact us or place your request within our forum. We look forward to connecting with you online in the future and in God's kingdom.
Thank you for joining us today. To find out more about our ministry, listen to older podcasts, read additional articles, join our forum, access printable PDFs, or order your own published quarterly booklet, please visit us online at www.3am-ministry.org. Have a blessed and prosperous day.